After signing Courtney Vandersloot, the Chicago Sky continue their trend of signing veterans, this time with Kia Nurse and Rebecca Allen. Me and Steve are going to break it down, what it could mean for the team, and more right after this.
Welcome to Chicago Sky Central, and here's your host.
What's going on, Sky fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Sky Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Sky related. We got Stevo, myself, Haize in the building. Stevo, Rebecca Allen, Kia Nurse. Just initially, we'll talk about kind of who these players are, but how you feel about the signings right away?
Man, it's all right, I guess. Um, I'm not really a big fan of either of them, honestly. Like as a player, like I know what they bring to the game. I watched them over the time. I know where she comes from. She's a Geno product. She played years at UConn, won championships. But when it comes down to Kia Nurse, like she has the size, she has the measurables. She's a tall guard, 6 foot. Um, can play some solid defense at times, but she's really just like a 3 and D player. But when you look at the percentages and what she's done over the course of the league, she's is much to be desired. Like I understand she might come with a lot of wisdom. And I will give it. She is a very smart player. Her IQ is up there. She can make nice passes and she knows how to win. But at the end of the day, like it's not. I mean, compared to the signings we've been hearing, compared to the other signings we've been hearing, even just today, like it's all right. Like it's cool. And Rebecca Allen, somewhat of the same thing. Veteran in this league. I think she's 31 now. Been in this league for years. You just know what you're gonna get from them, and it's on good nights. They're great role players, but at the end of the day, I don't think these are anything significant.
Yeah, the thing is these are two signings that I say this is that they add some legit size and shooting to a team that needed legit size and shooting, and that they're veterans that can really fit into any system. To me, what this points towards is that, to what kind of the point that we talked about before, this just solidifies the fact to me that the Sky aren't trying to rush this rebuild. This is not, they're not going to try to do something crazy to where they're all of a sudden this team with a bunch of vets there. I think that this to me, in the way that I'm reading these tea leaves, they're going to use their draft picks. They're going to draft two damn good players. They're going to fit in. They're going to have a young core, and they're going to have some veterans around that don't get in the way of that core. And that's what these two signings are to me. Kia Nurse and Rebecca Allen are both really good three-point shooters. And I think that they are going to be players that fit a role. And you need role players on the team. You need those veteran role players as you're trying to develop the young ladies as well. And I think this is what it is. I mean, both these ladies as well have started more games than not in the course of their WNBA careers as well. So you got to look at that part of it. Except for Rebecca Allen, out of 216 games, she started 85, but Kia Nurse started 131 games out of 201 she's played. So they understand what it takes to stay in this league. 6 years for one, 9 years for the other. And that's the way that I look at it. These are just two solid bench player signings that aren't going to get in the way of you developing your young core. At least that's the way I view it as of right
Like
now.
if I had to pick the person I like the most out of this is Rebecca Allen. Like you said, she's the bigger guard. She's 6'2", which is a legitimate size at the guard position, and she's the legitimate shooter. Like she's actually a good shooter. He has years where she shot almost 50%, if not 50%, at the 3-point percentage. Well before 40s, high 30s. That's what you're gonna get from her. Now, Kia Nurse, I don't know what the hell people keep saying she's a good 3-point shooter. She's not. She's I at best. Like she's probably averaging around 34 or 35 from three. She's more of a get in the grip. She can, when she gets in the groove of things, she can hit it when she's set and everything. But I think what Kia Nurse gonna bring more of is just the winning side of basketball. Like she's not gonna be out there making not Rebecca, Rachel Banner, mistakes out there. She's gonna make the right passes. She's gonna be cool, calm, and collected, and know what to do. That's another thing. When it came down to winning time, it was only like two people that knew what to do, and some way Lindsey couldn't really knew what to do because she was around a lot of people that's panicking, which is young players. So when you ask two people that know how to win, they've been around winnings, it brings a sense of calmness, which I am excited to see.
Yeah, and that's really what this is. I don't think these are signings where I think where anybody's like Jeff Pagliossi is going to roll out and be like, "Huh, we got Nurse and Allen." Like I don't think
He might. You
that's
never
the
know.
thing there.
He might.
I mean, yeah, Jeff Pagliossi lives in a different world, so it is what
Yeah.
it is. But yeah, I look at these. It's cool. Like that's just what it is. This is cool, right? It's not going to shatter the earth or anything like that. It's not going to shouldn't send shockwaves through anybody. These are two solid. They add some size. They add some shooting. And that's what it comes down to. Rebecca Allen is a trade, and Kia Nurse is an outright signing, but it is what it is when it comes down to it. I'm trying to think what they got back. Lindsey Allen and Nicola Milich. We always murder her name. So like these are
We
players.
gave up Lindsey Allen for her.
Yeah, Lindsey Allen's gone now. We got Sloop back though. That's why they felt comfortable trading Lindsey Allen. Because we got Sloop.
Okay, but when Sloop's gone.
No, I get what you're saying.
I mean, not gone. I mean, when she's not in the game, who's going to do it then?
Who we draft. That's why I'm telling you that I feel very confident that this is pointing towards that we're going to get a guard and a wing in this. Stevo had his side. We started off with Satu. Stevo then hoped we were going to trade for Jewel Lloyd, and now it's like Rebecca Allen and Kia Nurse. My boy is done. He's done. You didn't know this was a trade?
No, I didn't know the details of the trade.
Oh yeah. So
I don't like that. I mean, I get it for Rebecca. Hold on, it gotta make sense. What she shoot last year?
Rebecca Allen?
Shot 35.
Yeah, 35% for Rebecca Allen last year.
But she was 42 from the field. So okay. I understand.
Yeah. So we'll see. Hey, just the offseason is not nearly. That's why I said, Stevo, I get it, and I understand why you were hopeful. Like I would have loved it if we made these moves to make ourselves be like this phenom. But I think that we're not going to really have a full picture of how this all fits together until the draft.
It's not that. It's not that. It's just. This was because I was just talking about this on TikTok. This what the Sky really just did. If you really break it down, when you look at it this way, you put the way you drafted with the team you currently had. That puts you in near playoff potential. And then after that, you said scratch that shit. We gonna do the rebuild for real. So that's like it's hard to readjust my mind to like, okay, we're just straight up rebuilding in our second year.
Like, well, I mean, the first year was we're in the second year of a rebuild. We were already in a rebuild, Steve.
No, but I'm saying the plan switched. That's what I'm saying. Like, usually, what happens now usually is what happened in year one, not happened in year two.
We did do that in year one, though. Look at everybody we sent away in year one. This is just continuing that on with who we had still on the board.
But I'm saying, what you had, the people that you did have, you was near the playoffs. You scratched that. That's what I'm saying. Now it's I don't see us winning.
We don't know who the roster's gonna be yet, though. Because I'll tell you what, if the Sky get Asanya Citron and Cheyenne Sellers in the draft, I think we're right there. If they get Olivia Miles in the draft, I don't know what they do with the second pick there. Honestly, I think we still. I'm not saying that we're gonna look at it and say we're an absolute playoff team, but I think we're gonna be. I think if we're healthy, we're still gonna be contending for a playoff spot.
I don't think so. These teams around here just got dumb nice. Like Atlanta got loaded.
Yeah, but Atlanta was already kind of on the precipice of being there. I feel you there. Like Atlanta's definitely got a lot better than
they got overkill. Like a lot of these teams, even there's still moves that the Storm can do to get like that. Like there's a couple moves that can still happen around the East.
I mean, the Fever definitely are about to be a monster. The Mercury are about to be solid as well. Atlanta's gotten better, right? But then you got some teams that have gotten worse. Like we don't know exactly what the Storm are going to be yet.
Hey, can I throw
Go
this
ahead.
at you? I've been thinking about this.
Okay.
The because I'm glad Grave just brought her up. The knowledge of what Tiff Hayes and what the Ace is going on, it looked like she ain't going back.
Mm-hmm.
I say throw whatever we can at her.
Bro, I get what you're coming at with that, but here's the thing: I don't think the Sky are trying to do that, bro. Like at this point, I don't think the Sky. You're not wrong, so you're not wrong, but I don't think that that's what the Sky are on right
I
now. I
get
think the
you. No,
Sky.
I
I
get
think
you.
the Sky are trying to build this sustainable. Yeah, this is the thing. Look at where Tyler Marsh came from. I know that they just traded Kelsey, but he came from a team that they drafted and built off draft. They built chemistry. I think Tyler Marsh is going to try to recreate that. I think the two players that we drafted this year, you add that to Camilla, you add that to Angel, and we'll see who else comes back. We've heard that Brendan Maxwell is somebody they are still trying to pursue, but I think that it's going to be now this organically built team to where in 2 years from now, we're going to look and say these ladies grew together. They were all drafted under the same regime, not the same coach, but the same regime. Tyler Marsh has drawn up a system to get the most out of these ladies, and we've developed them. And we're going to then supplement that with maybe a veteran acquisition at that point in time after the salary cap increases. But I think we're going to be the baby Bulls with the Chicago Sky. I'm talking about before Derrick Rose is there. I'm talking about in the Kirk Heinrich, the Luol Deng, the early stage where it's a scrappy team that's learning how to win, but they're not going to get there quite to their height until 2-3 years when they really get a chance to develop.
Man, Tyler gonna have to be a hell of a coach because Jeff has broke my trust that I just don't see. I don't trust him building shit right now. I just don't see it. I don't. His vision. I'm not seeing. It's not clear. Like usually, I can feel it out. I can't see it. What he doing with this team? I'm like, okay, are we training like now? Are we keeping Dana?
I mean, I think they're leaving that flexibility because, like, if I think that there's a chance that Dana for a 1 year. Keep in mind, everybody's basically going to sign a 1 year deal because the contracts are rising. So yeah, even if they give Dana a 1 year deal, like it's not necessarily meaning that they're going to hold on to her long term, but hold on to your assets, I guess.
Man, Tyler, I hope you really that coach because you gonna have to coach this team. This gonna be one of those teams like he gonna really have to coach.
Yeah. And I think for the first time too, and this is something that we got to talk about kind of more in depth as the free agency goes on, but I think for the first time ever, teams in the WNBA are about to have to start watching the salary cap because with the way that the contracts are going to rise, it's always kind of been, unless you're like the top of the top, everybody kind of understands what money they're going to get, right? Now, because the salary cap is going to see such an exponential raise and $1 million contracts are going to become more common, that you're going to start seeing teams are going to start really looking and be like, all right, we got to start thinking about the salary cap now, because if you're a team like Vegas, for example, or the Liberty that are willing to spend whatever it takes, teams that aren't necessarily equipped for that, because keep in mind, the Sky owners aren't the most rich owners in the WNBA, right? It's not like that. So I think that's another aspect where you're going to see teams right now try to build organically over time, because the days of being able to just say, hey, I got 200,000 for you, and that's the only thing anybody else can offer anyway, that's about to start changing. So is Stevo frozen, or is he just still taking it in?
No. Angel and Tiff was going at it.
Yeah. I know. I'm ready to get back to it too. But yeah, so I mean, I ain't gonna belabor the point anymore. I look at these acquisitions as two solid acquisitions that are veterans that aren't going to get in the way, and we won't really have the full picture of this until the draft. That's really what we won't know what the plan is, man.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Your ADHD is a motherfucker, bro.
Bro, I think they just tossed her. That's why. I'm sorry.
Tossed Angel?
Yeah, they tossed her.
That's crazy. Not getting tossed under unrivaled.
Damn. What'd you say? My fault.
No, I was just saying that I just don't think we'll fully know the plan and have a picture on what the real plan is until the draft. I don't think we will.
And that's the thing, like, it's still up in the air what the Storm want to do, because like it's not a clear shot that they're gonna take Olivia. And I think that's a big old thing. Like, that's the biggest thing with me. Like, can they? Yeah, technically. But if Skylar look like Skylar playing the best Skylar she been in a minute. So like she looked like she got a good 2-3 year run before she started declining. So I don't know what they're gonna go with that. So it's up to that. But as of now, I'm with you. It look like we keeping 3 and 10, and we just gonna go with the best talent available at that point.
Yeah. We'll see if we can come out on the other side of that with the right players and develop them. Tyler Marsh got a little faith for me, and we'll see what the future holds for that. Any last thoughts, Steve, before we get up out of here, brother?
No, just look out, pay attention. Hey, pay attention to this arrivals because it's coming. It's good. Hey, hey, this we really gotta give credit to them. They did. There are the details to this whole league. Like, I ain't gonna lie, we gotta go next year, bro.
Oh, for sure. Like for sure. Absolutely. Like between this now and this time next year, I need to go to a Sky game in person, an Unrival game, and an Athletes Unlimited. I need to go to all of them because women's basketball right now is
a booming.
Yeah, it's like you can't, and it's consistently good. It's physical. These ladies ain't playing, man.
It's competitive. Like, I'm sorry. I mean what I say. I've been telling people. Haize is a test of this. I've been watching women's basketball more intently than NBA for probably the last 3 years. I can't help it. It's way better.
So we'll see what the future does hold, man. But y'all make sure y'all follow us at Chicago Sky Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, Chicago Sky Central at gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, 773-270-2799, with the number one spot for everything Chicago Sky related. And we'll see y'all on the next one.